Welcome everybody to Speaking with Strength Without Pushing. This is our brand new Friday series, Learn with Lucas. We are doing these classes because I have noticed when I'm listening back to my own speaking that when I start a sentence, my voice sometimes sounds lighter than I feel, also slightly higher in pitch than I would like, and it is less settled than I expect. Disclaimer, I am not trying to fix this. This is not something that is broken. I am just paying attention to where my sentence starts from so I can improve the way I sound. Just noticing, where do I speak from? Why is this important? Why do I care where my speaking comes from? Many people want to sound stronger and more confident. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. What do you normally do to sound stronger? When we want to sound strong or confident, we often focus on a few different things. Number one, you could be focusing on using better words to express yourself. You may also be focusing on using the correct grammar, because even though grammar is not the most important thing, good grammar does make you easier understood. You may also be focusing on those clearer sentences, so slowing down, not using too many filler words, using simpler words, correct sentence structure. But strength, that which you need to speak, usually doesn't come from the sentence. It doesn't come from the words that you use. Strength comes from how calm your body feels. A relaxed person sounds much more confident than a stressed individual. So it is very important to focus on your body, your breathing. Strength also comes from how supported the breath is. How do you use your breathing while you speak? So it's about how calm the body feels, how supported the breath is, and how much space we allow before speaking. The pauses that you take. This class is not about speaking better. This class is about letting your speaking feel more grounded. Because more grounded simply means more natural. Because what if I tell you that the way you are speaking is not your natural voice? Common things that you might notice that are completely normal when you speak English. Maybe you notice that your voice starts high. Maybe you notice that your voice feels tight. Maybe you notice that you speak slowly. You may notice that silence feels uncomfortable when you speak. Or you may notice that the sentences feel very simple, like you are not saying enough. All very normal situations. Nothing here needs fixing. All of these are fine. The most important thing is that you notice it. That you notice what you do and how you say it. What do I notice about the way I speak? Do not judge yourself. Oh, I'm so stupid for speaking so fast or so high. It's not about that. It's just about seeing what you are doing without judging it. Without saying this is good or this is bad. Notice it. How can you notice what you are doing? Let me help you out. A little exercise. This is a body exercise, so make sure you have a little bit of space. Sit comfortably or stand comfortably. The first step, as always, take one slow, easy breath. It doesn't have to be a really deep breath, just an easy breath, like when you're breathing, maybe you can do some speaking. Where does it begin? What I'm noticing is that I really feel my voice coming from my throat. Here. There's a lot of vibration going on here. And for you, it may be different. Just notice it. Where do I feel like my voice comes from? You don't need to adjust it. You don't need to correct it. I just want you to notice. When I speak, where does my voice come from? So once again, right? Take a deep breath. Just sit or stand, don't lay down. Take a slow, easy breath. Just breathe. Now, where does my voice feel like it starts today? Try a few different phrases to make sure that we can notice where your voice comes from. You can repeat after me if you'd like. Say these phrases out loud, and I will give you the time to repeat. I am speaking calmly. This feels slow. I'm just noticing my voice. I'm here. Focus on letting the sentence flow as naturally as possible. We're trying to figure out our normal speaking pattern. It is just about noticing, where does my voice come from? I always think that the most important thing is that there is no tension, that it is as relaxed and as possible. We have all been given a different voice. We have all been given different thoughts. So it is important that you find your sound. And your sound is unique and different from everybody else's. Any voice, no matter whose voice, can be brought out and used in the way that you would like to use it. Where do you think your voice comes from? Does it come from your chest? From your throat? From your mouth? Where does your voice come from? As soon as I relax just a little bit, my voice shifts. It shifts lower for me. It doesn't have to be for you. I don't feel the tension in my throat. It suddenly goes down here. No tension. Always feels better. You can notice this for yourself. Where does your voice start today? I think your voice works in the same way. That all your emotions and the way you act, it all goes out into your voice. Your voice can say a lot more than just the words you're saying. How you say things is as important as what you say. When you do this simple exercise and you read the PDF again and you take the breath, just notice, where does my voice come from? When do I feel the most comfortable? When do I feel the most grounded, the most natural? What is my most natural way of speaking? For some people, they are really comfortable talking to other people. They're having a good time. They're not thinking too much. That is when they sound the most natural. For some people, it may be when they just wake up in the morning. So no matter if you are in a job interview, talking to a new friend, going on a date, talking to your parents, it is important that you find the most comfortable way of talking for you. We'll do the exercise again and we will apply 3 different tips to make it as grounded as possible. Do a little bit of breathing, okay? It is very important that often you don't just start speaking, but you give yourself some time. Also, before conversations, if you are nervous, it's good to have a minute to yourself where you can relax your body, you can get yourself up straight, you can realize where you are speaking from, because it will simply make you sound more grounded, more natural. Do not try to just repeat my words and the way I speak. Do not copy my breathing. You need to find your own way of speaking. Also, do not push the sound. Pushing means that you are forcing your voice to be louder than it actually is. Don't do that. We are looking for your natural voice, the you, the everyday you. Complete sentences, right? Build this habit of finishing your sentences because it will sound better than when you are trying to think in the middle of your sentence and then you know what I mean. That sounds worse, doesn't it? Than that I speak slowly and I completely finish the sentence. Finish your sentence even if it's a simple sentence. So relax, right? Don't judge yourself for always, I have to be better, I have to improve. Let's leave those thoughts in 2025. If it feels helpful sometime this week, before you say a sentence in English, pause for half a second. Do not just keep talking and talking and talking. Then, if it would also be helpful to you, let your breath settle. What this means is when you are settling your breath, you finish your breathing. Try to finish your breathing. Remember, today it's not about adjusting anything. It is not about correcting anything. Today is just about noticing. How am I speaking? Where does my voice feel like it starts today? That's the only thing you have to do. And also remember that if you forget, nothing is lost. It's okay to forget your words. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to use filler words. Don't worry about it. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Secondly, if you just remember this once in the whole week, just once you take a pause, just once you let your breath settle, or just once you forget it's okay to make mistakes, that's enough. You are not getting graded. Just one tiny step, right? Let me leave you with one more thought, which is that strength doesn't always sound loud. Often the strongest people are the quietest ones in the room. Strength means that your voice sounds settled. I want you to remember too, authority appears when we stop trying. Often when you try too hard to prove yourself, you end up looking like a fool. So it's not always about doing more, knowing more, trying more. Sometimes it's about taking a step back. Just looking at yourself and noticing, what am I doing?